Good morning to all. Dear student, welcome back to the biology class. Today we'll continue our lesson 16, that is management of natural resources. Today we'll learn about the water for all. Before starting your class, please be ready with your book. Water for all. What is the basic necessity for all form of lives, human beings, other animals as well as plants? Some parts of our country have good resources of water, whereas other parts suffer from chronic water shortage. So water is what? It is a necessary for all the life forms, human beings, other animals, and for the plants also. So some part of our country, they are having a good resources of water, whereas some part of the country, they are facing a problem of water shortage. The reason having good availability of water are flourishing because they have good crops, but the reason having shortage of water are in the thick of poverty because of poor crop growths. It is therefore necessary to have proper management of available water resource so that there is an equitable distribution of water for all the people in all the parts of the country. The various sources of water which are available to us are rains, rivers, lake, pond, well, ocean and glaciers, snow mountains. We will discuss the management of water from some of these sources of water in details. Let us start with rains. So, you know that water is the more essential, most necessary things for all the living beings, animals, plants, everyone. So in some area of our country, some part of our country, they are having a good resources of water, but some parts of the country are having a poor water shortage. So because of the water shortage in that countries, the growth of the crops will be very less or not a good crop growth, and because of that they are facing a poverty. And where the water resources are good or availability of water are there, they are having a good crop growth, and because of that their financial conditions also good, their economics also good. So here are the various sources from where we are getting the water, like rain, river, lake, pond, well, ocean and glaciers, that is a snow mountain. So now we will discuss about this later here. Okay, first we will discuss about the rain. Rain is a very important source of water. Rain in India are largely due to monsoon, which lasts for a few months. So rain is what? It is a very important source of water, and it is in India, it is due to the monsoon, which lasts for only the few months. This means that most of the rainwater falls on the earth in a few months of the year. This rainwater fills the lake and ponds and also flows into rivers. Some rainwater also seeps into the ground and becomes available as groundwater. Though most of the part of our country gets a good rainfall during monsoon, but due to the loss of vegetation cover, much water does not seep into the ground. It rather flows into rivers. Rainwater is stored in lakes for us over a long period of time. There are some natural lakes in our country. Some artificial lakes have also been made at various places to store rainwater to meet the increasing demand for water. In fact, many cities of our country depend on such lake for their water supply during the year. So rain is the most important source of water, but we are getting the rain in the monsoon season, that is a few months. So whatever the rain will fall, some country, some rainwater will be go to the lake and pond and it's stored there. Some will flow into the river and some will be seeped by the ground. If in the ground vegetation will be there, then it is easy for the ground to seep the water. If vegetation will be not good there, then it cannot sip the water, ground cannot sip much and much water, and that water will be go to the river and flow with that. Especially rainwaters are stored in the lake. So if there is a natural lake, then it can store the water there. And nowadays some artificial lakes also available because of the increasing demand of the water. Okay. In fact, many cities of our country depend on such lakes for their water supply during the year. So if the water will be stored in a lake or in a pond, then a whole the year it will get the water supply very nicely. Okay. Despite good rains, we are not able to meet the demand for water of all the people, because despite good rains, we are not able to meet the demand for water of all the people because our population is increasing rapidly. Why we are not getting the available and good amount of water? Because our population is growing rapidly. Due to lack of sufficient vegetation cover on ground, only a little rainwater seep into the ground and gets stored as groundwater. So what happened? Due to the lack of sufficient vegetation that cover in the ground, and due to that little rainwater will be seep into the ground, and that is not enough for the everybody. The high yielding variety of crops required much more water for irrigation. So the crops which are high yielding, so nowadays we need a high yielding crops because to fulfill the necessity of the all people, increasing population, so we need a high quality, high yielding variety of crops, and that crops also required more water for irrigation. Ditches of untreated sewage and industrial waste into river and lake reduce the availability of usable water. Due to the waste material, we are throwing the waste material or ditches from the industry, some waste material, some sewage that will fall on the river and lake, and due to that water will be unusable because it will become dirty, and who can use the dirty water? Okay. Number 5, the changing lifestyle of people, especially in urban areas, is consuming more water. Okay, so changing lifestyle of people, especially in urban area, they are consuming more water. Because of this also water will be less. Rivers are another important source of water. Rivers get their water supply from the melting of snow lying on the peak of snow mountains or glacier, as well as from rains. The management of river water is done by constructing dam or river. So how can we manage the river water? By constructing the dam or on river. Okay. Now what is a dam? In order to make proper use of river water, dams are constructed across the river to regulate the flow of water. In our country, dams have been built across many rivers. The large reservoir of a dam stores a huge amount of water brought in by the following river. This stored water is then allowed to flow downstream at the desired rate. Bhakra Dam is one such dam which has been built across the river Satluj in the state of Punjab in our country. Dams built across the river are big storehouse of water. Here the dams, these are. Have you seen the dams? Maybe in the television and all, you will see the dams like water will be flow. It will made in the it will decide it will stop the fast flow of the water, and it help to store the water. So dams are built like this. Okay. Dams are useful for the society in the following ways. Dams are useful for the society. Here the ways are given. How? Number 1, water from a dam is used for irrigation in field through a network of canals. So water from the dam, they are making the canal, and that canal is connected to the agriculture field, and they are getting the water from them. Dams ensure round the year water supply to the crop field and help rise agricultural production. For example, Indira Gandhi Canal originating from Bhakra Dam has brought greenery to considerable area of Rajasthan. Okay, so means many areas, many countries where they are many place where they are not getting the dam or not getting the water, they are what they are doing, they are connecting the canal from the dam to the other place, them to the agriculture field. Okay, number 2, water from a dam is supplied to the people in towns and cities through pipelines after suitable treatment. In this way, construction of dam ensure continuous water supply in the region. Number 3, the falling water or flowing water from the dam is used for generating electricity. The water rushing down the dam turns turbines which run electric generator. The electricity thus produced is called hydroelectricity. The construction of high-rise dams for the management of river water and generation of electricity has certain problems associated with it. The public opposition to the construction of large dam on river is mainly due to the following 3 problems likely to be created by dam. So construction of dam also creating some problem, means it has a many advantages plus it has some disadvantage also. Okay, so here are mainly 3 problems are there for creating a dam. One is social problems. Due to the construction of high-risk dam, a large number of human settlements are submerged in the water of large reservoir formed by the dam, and many people are rendered homeless. This creates a social problem. It is therefore necessary that all the people who are displaced from the dam site are given adequate compensation by the government for rehabilitation so as to start their life afresh. So where the dam are going to be constructed, the peoples or human settlement nearby that will be submerged, that will be facing the problem, that will be submerged under the reservoir, and their home will be break and they will be homeless for that, and for that the government have to pay them the money to start their life or start their house again in the another place. Second, environmental problems. The construction of high-risk dam on the river contribute to deforestation and loss of biodiversity. This is because a vast variety of flora and fauna gets submerged in the water of large reservoir formed by the dam and disturb the ecological balance. So, if the large high-risk dams will be constructed in the river, then it damages the biodiversity and it's contributed deforestation, and due to that the large variety of flora and fauna will be damaged and they will be submerged into the water of the large reservoir formed by the dam and disturb the ecological balance. Number 3, economic problems. Some people say that the construction of high-risk dam involves the spending of huge amount of public money without the generation of proportionate benefits. On the other hand, others say that there can be no real progress without building dams because they allow us to manage our water resources properly and at the same time give us much needed electricity. So, whether the construction of dam on river is an economic problem or not is a debatable question. So, some people used to say that construction of dam it will spend a huge amount of public money, okay, and some will say that it will be really beneficial for us because it will give us the electricity on. So it is a debatable question. Till now it is not clear. The opposition to the construction of Theri Dam on the river Ganga and raising the height of Sardar Sarovar Dam on the river Narmada are due to such problem. We have all heard about the protest by the Narmada Bachao Andolan, Save the Narmada movement, against the raising of height of Sardar Sarovar Dam. So, before taking a decision to construct high-risk dam on rivers, or raising the height of existing dam, it is necessary to consider its long-term effect on social life and environment carefully. So student, that's all for today's class. In the next class we'll continue the lesson and we'll learn about the pollution of water and other things about the water. Okay, till then, here are some home assignment questions for you. Write down the answer and send me in WhatsApp group. Thank you and have a nice day.